So let's start with the 7th lesson, plant growth substances. Introduction to plant growth substances. So I am reading the first para. You know that air, water, light and minerals are essential for plant growth. It has been discovered that some chemical substances also affect toward the plant growth. Now when we take plant growth, we have learned in the previous grades also the most common things we know that is needed for the plant growth is what? Air, water, light and minerals. Okay, but apart from air, water, light and minerals, there are also some important chemicals needed towards the plant growth. So let's see what are those. So that is what mainly we will. Okay, now look at that two figures, figure 7.1a and figure 7.1b. Now here you can see the two plants are kept in different orientations. One is kept vertically and one is horizontally slanted to the ground. But you can see that the plant is growing straight up. No, it is growing straight up. So whatever the orientation you keep the pot, the plant would be growing straight upwards. The reason for that is the chemical substances. Now there are chemical substances. One reason is always the plant will be finding the way towards the sunlight. Okay, towards the sunlight only it will be finding its way. Other thing is there are important chemicals which is signaling the plant to grow upward. Always the plant grows upwards against the gravity. The roots will be growing downwards towards the gravity. You know there's gravitational force, right, pulling us towards the earth. Plant is growing against the gravity upwards. So always the roots are growing towards the gravity downwards. So that way there are chemicals which is signaling this process. Okay, so not only like air, water, light, there are more important chemical substances needed for the plant growth. Now look at this activity 7.1. There are two similar potted plants. Cut and remove the apex of one plant. Then measure the heights of both plants. Supply the same environmental conditions for both plants and measure their heights. You will observe that the plant with the apex grows and its height increases while the height of the plant without the apex does not change. Now here see, there were two potted plants. In one plant they cut the apex of the plant. What do you mean by the apex? The tip. Yes, the tipmost part of the plant. So in plant, the young leaves, everything you can find. So you are cutting that in one plant and the other plant you don't cut it. So when you experiment, you will see the plant with the apex is growing well because it has the essential chemicals to grow well. Okay, the chemicals will gather there. But other one, you cut down the apex, the height will not change because the initial growing part you have removed. Okay. So apex is an important part of the plant which is enabling them to increase their height. So let's see another activity 7.2. Two similar potted plants, a box covered with a black paper. So what you have to do, cut and remove the apex of one plant. Place the two plants inside the box in a way that both plants get light only from one direction. So you have to cover it with black paper. Okay, both has to receive light from what? From one direction. Okay, so see the observation. Now every practical you should know the observation and the fact you are proving. Okay, now look at, you will observe that the plant with the apex grows to the direction of light and the plant without the apex does not turn towards. Now we know in the earlier practical we learned that the plant without the apex will not grow, right? Its height won't change. But the plant with the apex, its height will change, height will increase. Now here the plant with the apex is growing as well as turning to the direction of the light. Always plants are like that because plants are getting food from which process? Photosynthesis. For photosynthesis we need what? Light. Therefore always the plant will be growing towards the direction of the light. That is the observation you can see. Plant with the apex grows to the direction of the light. Plant without the apex, it is not turning towards the light. Therefore, we can come to a conclusion that there is an effect of the apex on the growth of the plant. See, we found the observation of this practical and what's the conclusion? Now, did you understand that? Did you understood, right? Like the apex of the plant is having an effect on its growth, right? The reason is the chemical compound synthesized in the plant apex. So, that's the reason. The chemical substances. Now about those chemical substances only we are learning in this lesson. The chemical compounds which regulate the growth of a plant are known as what? plant growth substances. So this lesson is all about the plant growth substances which is promoting the growth of the plant, and some will also inhibit. That means some chemicals can stop also. Some chemicals can stop the growth of the plant, some can promote the growth of the plant. So that's directly affecting there's an effect on the apex, because apex contains the important chemical compounds which is regulating the growth of the plant. So I hope it's clear. So what are the three plant growth substances? Can you read them? The three plant growth substances. Yes, auxins, gibberellins and cytokinin. So now let's learn one by one about them. So look at the first one, auxin. Auxin is a growth promoting hormone in plants which produce in the tips of the shoots and roots. Now shoot means the upper, the plant part, okay. Tip of the shoot and tip of the root, you can find what chemical? Auxin. Now this auxin is a hormone. So what is it? What's the function of it? Stimulates stem elongation, cell elongation. That means the cells in the tip of the plant, it will elongate. Elongate means what? Becoming long. So it's becoming long. So if it is becoming long, what happens? The plant height will increase, right? Understood? So in stem, that means height of the stem also will increase up. Root length also will increase downward. Understand? Because you can find auxin in shoot tip as well as in root tip. Stem apex tend toward light due to dissimilar cell elongation. Now always this tip of the stem is turning towards what? The light. Because plants has to capture what? More light, because they need food, no? They can make food through photosynthesis. For photosynthesis you need but mainly light, because from light only they take energy to make food. Therefore always the stem tip will go to the light. Now see the figure 7.4. They have shown the auxin function. First step, see, when light falls, auxin diffuse downwards. See, when light is coming to the shoot tip, auxin is going where? Downwards, going downwards. Then collection of auxin in the areas where intensity of light is lower. That means now you can see this is a nice process. When light hits, what happened to the auxin? It's diffusing downward and going to the place where light is low. Understood? It's coming downwards and going to the side where the comes downward, and it goes to the side where the light is lower. And then it start increasing the cell size of the side where the light is low, and then due to that cell elongation the stem tip is bending. Growth of the tip towards light due to cell elongation of that area with more auxin concentration. So the side where the light is lower, auxins are moving. That means that area auxin concentration is increasing. So what is the function of auxin? Cell elongation. It is making the cells elongate. So when this side the cells are elongating, yeah. In one side when the cells are elongating, obviously the tip will bend, no? Do you understand? It will bend. So that means it's making the plant tip to bend towards the light. So did you understand the function of auxin? Okay.